Alright, guys, Invincible, issue 3. They're having a meeting in the school. Evidently, there's 3 missing students. The principal or administrator of the school is telling people not to panic and just report, something. If you see something suspicious, just report it. If anybody has any questions, he'll be in his office in about 15 minutes. Go to the period you're supposed to go to or lunch. The discharge from the auditorium, so to speak, has Mark and his friend there talking about it. They're both going to go to the cafeteria. He says, I can't believe we hadn't met before last month. He sits down with her at the cafeteria. And she asks Mark, she said, did you hear there was another mall bombing? Robot is trying to figure it out who's behind them. He's like, there's another bombing? That's 2 in less than 3 weeks. She says, you want to come by the secret lair tonight? He says, no, I gotta work. And she's like, what are you working for? Your dad's a semi-famous novelist. He's like, yeah, he thinks it builds character, whatever. One of Mark's friends comes up to him and kind of razzes him about hanging out with her. Mark says, trust me, she's not my girlfriend. Meanwhile, at the Burger Mart, Mark is running the fryer. His boss comes in, gives him some crap about fries not being ready, and just quits his job. And he stands outside and says, Dad's gonna kill me. It's after dinner, back at home. And Mark's mom says, yep, you guys are doing the dishes. So they start doing the dishes. And Mark's dad says, I think since you're an active superhero, you don't need a job at Burger Mart anymore. It's not like you ever really needed the money to begin with. Mark says, I think I can manage that. Not telling his dad that he just quit his job, though. Mark's getting on his costume. He says he's going out on patrol. And Mark's dad says, hey, mind if I tag along? That'd be great. So they both go flying off together. They're flying, talking to each other. Whoosh. Mark says, thanks, Dad. And then he says, sorry about that. There's a chemical fire. So he's just speeding, taking care of things while he's flying around with Mark. All right. So Mark says, hey, Dad, look out. That dam is about to. And Mark's dad takes care of it in like 5 seconds. Want to grab some lunch? Sure. So they're at lunch. And he says, am I going to get, as powerful as you? And Mark's dad says, I don't know how any of this works. You may never get as powerful as me. So Dad's beeper goes off. He speeds off, speeds back, tells Mark, hey, I'm going to need your help on this one. And we get the full art. Looks like an alien invasion through a portal. Alright. And they're hoping the guys out defeat the alien menace. And there seems to be an endless stream of them coming out of the portal. Mark's throwing them back through the portal. We gotta close the portal. Any ideas? Not yet, no. And then Mark notices that the aliens age at an increased rate. So they're dying due to old age. Because we're not defeated yet. He picks up a tank and throws it through the portal. And Ted gets real mad. And Mark says, Dad? He says, okay, Dad. It's okay, Dad. They're leaving. It's over. And they fly off. Mark asks him, "Does that happen?" His dad says, "No, not very often." And Mark's dad says, "I would have called in the Guardians of the Globe or Megaforce or both." All right. And then they get called over to the Lakeside Mall. Mark wants to know what's going on. His dad says no time, and they both go flying towards the Lakeside Mall. There's a hole in the roof. Oh, what's going on? Wake up, wake up. Oh, what are you doing? And this guy has the same type of bomb vest that the other person had on him. Mark's dad just throws him out through the hole and he blows up. And Mark says, "Hey, that was one of the missing students from my school." But that would mean. And then one of those aliens pops out of a portal and teleports Mark's dad out. And Mark says, "Dang it," and flies back through the hole. He flies home, and Mark's mom is preparing dinner. Mark tells his mom that dad got sucked into a portal about 15 minutes ago. I don't think he'll be home tonight. It was some aliens that we fought earlier on in the day. And Mark's mom just looks and then says, "Oh, well, that's more pork chops for us." And that is the end of issue 3. Thank you for viewing my video. Like the video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and thank you for viewing.